and welcome to the Magenta show here at 11 o'clock EST time in Canada. And I'm Moira Bush, the host of the Magenta show. And I have got two fabulous guests here today, Amit and Swapna Ambaganko. Now, if you watched earlier in the season, their daughter was on the show. Ooh. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
Moira.
so much for being here.
It's a great honor to be here.
Well, you guys are closing the season.
I know.
Wow.
That's huge.
You are closing season 4, which has been hugely successful. So I just want to take a minute to thank everybody who participated in season 4. We had the most amazing guests. It started off with a lady called Maria Angelov. She was amazing. And then Tara Garrity Alice was on the show. And then Mia and Andy Tor, our first couple. And you're our second couple. Isn't that exciting? And then we had Sanjana on the show. And you know, she almost made history because she had over 3,000 views.
Wow.
And you know how we get that audience? You guys have to share the show. That's how we get our views. That's how we pop them back on newsfeed so people are aware of the show. And then we had Laurie. And then we had a lady called Janet Rouse. And last week then we had Makaran Deshpande, and then last week we had a fabulous interior decorator talking about healing colors, and her name is Anne Powell. So we just had an amazing group of people in season 4. And if you think I'm really good at remembering the order that went in, you've got to thank my wonderful producer, Michael Cup, for organizing us and making sure I don't forget anything. Right. So, guys, you know how this works, my darlings. You have got to pick number 1, number 2, or number 3 as your pick of the week. And at the end of the show, I'm going to reveal the color you picked and give you a little guided color message for the upcoming week. Okay. So on today's show, the topic here is, because you're business coaches, right?
Yes.
So the topic is going to be, what's it like being a business coach, and what are the challenges, the big challenges you have in your industry. And then there's going to be, for the first time on the Magenta show, a surprise guest.
Yay!
Thank you so much for bringing the surprise guest.
You're welcome.
We're going to fit another body on this little set. We're going to do it. Our producer can do this. But we couldn't say no. We just had to have you. So please stay tuned. And later on, we'll introduce our surprise guest. It's somebody that we all love very much.
Absolutely.
And we admire. And he's actually a business mentor of mine. So you're finally going to get to meet the person who helped me to develop my business here in Canada. Isn't that amazing?
That's
amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, exciting. Very
So this
exciting.
is a jam-packed show, and we're just going to have great fun today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
1, 2, or 3, guys. You know how this works, and share. That's how we get it out there. All right. Okay. So first of all, I know the two of you very well, because since arriving in Canada at the events that I was going to, you two popped up. Everywhere I went, you were at these events, especially the Raymond Aaron events.
Yes.
That's right.
And we just got chatting, and then your children came to pick color bottles, and then you came to pick color bottles,
That's right.
and I just fell in love with you.
Aw.
Thank you.
You're,
Likewise.
you're the kindest people I've met.
Aw,
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just love you. So thank you. Okay, so we're having a few technical difficulties, so hang in there, guys, all right? We got to the bit where we were talking about the fabulous books that you guys have written, and Your Profound Success was written by Amit, and he wrote 7 powerful ways to skyrocket your business using the internet, and of course, this must be one of the steps.
Oh, yes. This is
Doing lives. Do you do lives?
Yes.
You do?
We do lives.
Excellent. And then you, my darling Swapna, wrote a beautiful book called Your Journey Within. And it's 7 powerful steps to create the life you deserve. I simply love this book. And we were very fortunate that we launched at the same event.
We did.
I think you went up just before me.
Yes.
And then I went up to get my book prize and to be
Yes.
awarded by Raymond Aaron.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it like writing books?
It was such a great experience. Just going through the whole process of writing the book. For me, it was done over a very short period of time. I completed my book in 11 days.
Wow.
11 days. And it was just, the information was already there. It was just a matter of getting it out on paper and getting it in the form of a published book.
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people miss, is they don't realize, or they dismiss the knowledge and information I already have, and they don't think, oh, what can I write about in a book? But if you were just to dig into what you already know.
Exactly.
And then I think the other mistake they make is they assume that people know that information is already in a book out there. But nobody has read it from your perspective or through your energy. So congratulations for writing books. I love it.
Thank you.
And Swapna, what about you? Were you inspired because Ahmed wrote his book?
For me, actually, it was a totally different experience. You know how he said he knew what he was going to write and he put it out there. For me, it was totally opposite. I had no idea what I was going to write. In fact, I discovered myself through the process.
Wow.
I actually went through the entire process, and then I realized, and I knew the purpose. I knew what I wanted to do in life after writing the book, like while going through the process.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a real transformation, and like my title, I created it. So I really created the life I'm living right now.
Your whole journey of going with and resulted in you being able to write a book of it. Then,
Yeah.
So I have this unique opportunity to have a partnership business coaches on the show, and one of the things I know that I've observed happening in the market and why I needed to get a business mentor when I came to Canada is that the way that we are working with people is changing. Not just when we do seminars or presentations and group work, but even the one-to-one coaching, we're definitely going through an evolution in the business world, especially with entrepreneurs. What is your experience of it, and what's it like working? I'm asking you two questions at once here. Now, what is your experience of, and what's it like? How do you support each other? How do you make your business grow as a couple in business?
As a couple, it's really, I find myself really in a fortunate position to be working with Swapna, because having a life partner that is also aligned with my business and my goals and my purpose of achieving these results in a business, it's really, really amazing. And when I started off, I actually thought, okay, that's pretty normal. That's what I'm doing. That's what she's doing. We work together, make it happen. But when I'm talking to other entrepreneurs at events and networking events and meetings, I see that this is not usual. Yeah. There are cases where people are really struggling to get this in place so that they can excel in what they're doing. So the more I realize this, the more I realize how much fortunate I am to be working with Swapna and making this happen for entrepreneurs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are struggling because they do not have the support from their partner, their spouse, their families, their kids. They don't have that support system around them.
Yeah.
And that's why that's one of the biggest challenge they face. They think it's the business, but it's really coming from their personal life. And to have that vision shared and the goal that we know this is where we're going, this is the direction we want to go in life, that's what we want to help other people with as well.
Yeah.
So the support system is huge.
It's huge.
And it's not just you. I mean, every event I go to, your children are with you.
Yes.
And beautiful children, and they are learning from you as an example. You know, they're not just hearing how they should do life, they're watching how you do life and how you do business.
That's right.
So do you think you've got two budding entrepreneurs on your hands there?
Oh yes,
Totally.
for sure.
They're not going to go and get a job.
No, definitely
They're
not.
headed for self-employment.
Yes, and our role becomes really easy because all what we're doing is we just tag them along to wherever we go.
Yeah.
So they're essentially getting the information from the sources where we're getting information.
Yeah.
So they're really in contact with our coaches and mentors. So it's not me teaching them. It's like my coaches and mentors teaching them directly.
Yeah.
So it makes a huge difference.
What do you find in the kind of clients and problems that they're bringing to you? What seems to be the biggest problem facing Canadian entrepreneurs right now? What, in your view, what would it be? What's the number one?
I think the number one challenge, according to me, is they think what the problem is, but that's not really their problem. You know, so they think, okay, my business is a problem. I do not have enough clients. That's my biggest problem. But if that was the problem, they would have solved it. There's something deeper. They have to figure that out. You know, it's amazing when I talk to entrepreneurs, when I talk to clients. First of all, they're not focused enough. We all know that. Entrepreneurs are so not focused, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's funny you said that because I watched a little interview that was happening around Warren Buffett. And Warren's friend said, what do you and Bill Gates have in common? And I want you to write one word down that describes what you two have in common. What makes you two, that you're friends and that you're, that you have this amalgamation of your energies. And they both wrote on their separate pieces of paper the word focus.
There you go.
It is, can you stay focused and commit?
Yes.
Because without, for me, I find in my business, commitment is always lacking. People don't see the process through.
Yeah.
They have great ideas and great vision and great dreams, but there's no commitment to the process.
That's right. They're not
needed.
committed.
And that's where the focus comes in. You must stay focused every day.
Absolutely.
Oh, I
you
love
have
that,
to commit to your goals.
Yeah.
And once you're committed to your goals, stay on the path.
Yes.
Unfortunately, what happens is there's a lot of shiny objects around there.
Yeah.
And the moment they see another shiny object...
Shiny object syndrome, it's
Object
called.
syndrome, that's
Right,
right.
guys, if you got shiny object syndrome, we apologize, but this is your opportunity to hear from experts and get rid of the shiny object, the next best thing, and focus on one path,
Yes.
stick to it, see it through.
Get good at it.
Get
Master
good at
it.
Yes.
And then move on to the next.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's... The reason I can say it so confidently is that's the challenge we faced at the beginning of our business when we started. Yeah. But now, as we're progressing and we're getting to the next level, we realized focus. That's the huge thing we need to do is focus. And ever since we started doing that, we can now see success. Like we are seeing huge, massive success in our business, and it's focus.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely that. You must stay focused and see it through. We started this Magenta show in September last year. And so we now, when we're going into season 5, this is the end of season 4. And by the way, audience, once again, thank you so much for supporting the show so much. Because without them, we don't have a show. And I thought I wanted to do a show that was for free. I didn't want to do a show where you had to pay to be my guest. I didn't want to do a show where the audience had to pay membership. I just wanted a show where I was sharing educational content and allowing the viewers out there to get to know the personalities and who you are and who I am in our businesses.
Yes.
And by building that relationship of likes on Facebook, of building that relationship, they would want to engage with us and trust us enough to help them navigate through their issues in life, whether it's personal or business, or even in my case, I work spiritually with people.
Yes.
And so I really believe that, that when we consistently turn up and do something, even if it's for free, that is going to eventually lead to something huge down the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love it. And it's focus. I have to be focused to turn up here, once a week.
Yes. Yeah. Now, what you do is amazing, Moira. I mean, we really love your work, and the awareness you're creating in the community is huge through this show.
Wow. And and again, I've only been in Canada and working at this for about 2.5 years. And didn't know anybody in the community. So this format, for those of you who don't yet have a following or a big client base, this kind of show and doing Facebook Lives is a really big step. It's a big way to get yourself into the community. And yesterday I attended Bande Saranapala's Canadia's Kindful Symposium.
Wow.
It was an incredible event, and I was exhibiting there, and people were coming up to the table and saying, "Oh, we saw you on Facebook. You've got that show." And I haven't had to go to 10,000 networking events to make it happen. I just had to create this, but I stayed focused, consistently turn up. I love that. What would you say, Amit, is the biggest thing you want to give advice to entrepreneurs out there? Let's give some tips out there. Let's give them some free education.
How long do I have?
You could go on forever. So.
I'll watch him. Okay.
The biggest thing I find entrepreneurs is what they should do is communicate more. Communicate more. That's my one takeaway from this show. If you can implement that one thing, oh my God, you're going to see a big difference in your business and your life. Moira, of course, with this amazing show that you're having, the reason why you're so successful is because you're communicating not with just me and you sitting across this table, but you're communicating with the thousands and hundreds of people that are watching this show. Entrepreneurs, if you're sitting in your basement or in your office and doing the paperwork, working something on the computer, you're not visible enough. You're not communicating. You're not reaching enough people for them to know about you. And I think that's a great niche, that's a great avenue that you should explore in your business. Start communication out, because that's how you'll start getting the inflow. That's the exact way that I started. I started communicating out, maybe in the form of correspondence. It might be digital, it might be actual networking, it might be speaking at different events. But when I stand up on stage and I speak to hundreds of people, that same couple of hours that I'm spending on stage, I'm reaching 100 people instead of 3 people sitting at a coffee table.
But it is a challenge to do public speaking, you know, especially if you have something you believe in, and you feel a little bit wary that people might not accept who you are, or your message, or your unique way of working.
Absolutely.
You know, so it is a process to stand up on stage. Is it easy for you to stand up on stage?
Now it is.
Yeah. For me it was always easy. For Swapna, she has grown so much into this.
It's huge. It was a huge thing for me. For him, he loves to teach. He was always outgoing. He loves to talk to people. I was totally opposite. Very introvert, extremely shy. But I overcame that, and I'll tell you one thing. The one thing that really made me overcome the fear of public speaking is actually what Sanjana taught us.
Wow.
Yes. I'm telling you, this girl I'm not boasting because she's our daughter, but what she said to me was once, Mom, when you go up there, the person who's sitting in the audience is looking at you and thinking 2 thoughts in their head. The one thing is, maybe this person's thinking, oh, you know what, she's doing such a bad job up there, and I can do better than her, and you're still inspiring this person. Or she's thinking what normally you would want people to think is that, oh, she's so fantastic, I want to go up there, I want to be like her, and you're still inspiring. So either ways, you're still inspiring. It works. Isn't it fabulous?
I love it.
And when I heard that, I said, that's it. That was all my barriers just melted.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm about to do a new educational series for the Color Mirrors group, and which is the organization that makes these color bottles in South Africa. And one of the lessons they've asked me to do for them is on public speaking, and I'm definitely going to be quoting Sanjana on this. She's going to feature in that video lesson.
Honestly, she's
yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Well, I would like to add to our little group chat here by bringing on our surprise guest.
All right.
Drum roll. So, my darlings, I want to welcome onto set my business mentor from the Raymond Aaron Group, Mr. Chinmay. Hello, darling.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me here.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Moira.
Wow. So, what do you think about our conversation so far, Chinmay?
I'm sitting there taking notes. What else would you do? It's amazing. I was making notes about Sanjana. Okay, 2 points. That is so powerful. Yeah, that's actually true.
So, Chinmay, we literally met because of Raymond's event, and this is the one beautiful thing that we all have in common. And I bought into his program, which was to help me get a new website and get some focused, branded marketing for my business here in Canada, because I didn't know the Canadian market. That was my feeling behind it. Get research, get a mentor if you don't know, right?
Absolutely.
We're out there. This is what you guys do, and you and Nivelle were mentors for me. How have I done?
You are
Put him on the
amazing.
spot.
Well, you are my inspiration now. Like, I see you doing these shows, I'm like, wow, the Magenta show is actually now created, and more entrepreneurs looking at you. You have inspired more people. That's the focus. That's it.
I must mention Chinmay is here all the way from the UK, by the way. He was just doing an event this weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was sharing a stage with Raymond Aaron and Bob Proctor. So I got to meet the legendary Bob Proctor, and it was amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I had some really good time with him, and wow, what an amazing. Yeah.
So we actually had a guest on the show, Macaron, and we told him to come to the event. Did you meet up with him?
Yes, I did. Yes,
you did?
yeah.
Did he sign up for the book program?
Nope, he didn't.
Macaron. his reading came that he needed to write a book to tell.
Oh, is that
he
right?
has a really good story, and it would really lift him out of the mire of everybody else being a financial advisor, and I recommended the program. Yeah. Okay, Macaron, we're watching.
Oh my God! You will come along.
I'm a tough mentor. So Chinma, what do you think about the what we've been discussing here about that you need the focus and you need the communication? Is there something else from your marketing wisdom, because you work internationally all over the world? Is there something else you can add that would help our audience to understand the importance of, of being themselves in their business or growing their business, marketing their business? I mean, just give us some pearls of wisdom.
Well, in my 6 years of transformation, in my own journey, when I was employed, like a bit of myself. So I'm Chinmay Swami. I'm the award-winning author, international speaker, and the founder of the Association of Coaches, Experts, and Speakers. I have been privileged to share the stage with New York Times top 10 best-selling authors and transformation leaders such as Raymond Aaron, who we all love, and Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Dr. John Gray, who's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's fantastic,
He's
right?
amazing.
Yeah, I'm amazing. Jack Canfield,
Yes.
Chicken Soup for the Soul.
I have a secret crush on Jack Canfield. I'm sorry, but I just absolutely adore that man, and his energy is profound.
Fantastic.
Sorry, I had to interrupt. I had to
thank
just
you.
get a
That's the
shout out to
conversation.
Jack Canfield.
Conversation, yes.
Well, I've been privileged to work with them and share the stage with them.
Yeah.
And along in that 6 years journey, I've had the privilege of working personally with 441 coaches, experts, and speakers. I've personally sat across and coached them in the last 3 years. And every one of those sessions, there's one thing which there are financial advisors, there was coaches, there was business coaches, there was life coaches, there were consultants who work in big corporation. Every one of those coaching sessions, I found one thing which is common. We are all on a journey of discovering ourselves. And this business, writing a book, they're all like props. Like when you go to a play, they are props. That's not the goal. And when you have an inspiration to write a book, when you want an inspiration to start a business or be a driver or join a job, it's just a way for you to discover a new part of you. That's the way you discover a new part of a lesson you learn. So when you're writing a book, for example, that's the reason why I really want you to write a book is because you discover yourself in that. In that journey of you penning down the doubts you have. Oh, am I good enough? Am I not good enough? Oh, do I know enough? Do I not know enough? This book is, there are so many other books out there. There are the questions you have, the devils you encountered, the doubts you have, the uncertainties you face, and finally when you publish a book, you have clarity. You have control. And you have that, you've taken, it's like active meditation where you have taken consistent commitment, focus on one thing. So the book is not, once you finish the book, once you hold the book, it's not the prize, it's not the winning, it's not, you forget about it.
Yeah.
But you become somebody else. You become a different being.
Yes.
That's the point.
You grow.
You
grow.
Totally.
It's that simple. And this is, I encourage my group that I mentor all the time. Write a book, even if it's an e-book. You don't even have to publish it, but it's great if you do, because that again helps you grow that extra step. But writing, even keeping a journal is important.
It's
because
huge.
you reflect on your life. You become more self-aware because you go back after time and you have to, did I write that? Even now, it's been 2 years since I wrote 8 Colors of Prosperity and of course your books as well, your Profound Success, Amit, and your Journey Within. And if you had to go back and read that now, do you ask yourself, who wrote that?
All the time. All the time. It's amazing. I pull up that book and I read a paragraph, like, oh my God, this is powerful. And that author, Amit, oh wow.
No, it's huge.
And
It is amazing.
we are so fortunate to have somebody like Raymond Aaron who does in his book program, and I have mentioned it several times on our show. his book program is really very good. It's very simple and easy, and it does bring something out of you.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
anybody who does a book program, I know we've got Janet Rouse was a guest on our show.
Mm-hmm.
She also does books, and thank you again, Janet, for being on the show. I've actually asked her to come and speak to our mentoring group and to talk about how they could be writing a book and encourage them to do it.
Nice.
I think it's
Nice.
very important, because for me it's spiritual healing. It's like exactly
Yes.
what you're saying. It's not about writing a book and branding yourself and marketing yourself, guys. Just hear what Chinmay said here today. It's spiritual healing. That's what it is. It
It
is
is.
self-discovery, a process.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm
I'm
so
glad.
glad you're here.
I'm so glad. Just one small thing which I want to add, and in those coaching sessions I encountered, the brand which you create
Yeah.
is actually, it's not your target audience. That's not the real brand you create. It's not the product you create. The real brand is who you discover who you really are by stripping away the fears, the limiting beliefs you have developed. Like the brand I was when I started 6 years ago was systems, web development. 3 years later, I was branding guy. Now, I'm a different brand. I help you get clarity and control in your life so you can take the next step with certainty. I have become that person. So 3 years or 2 months later, I'll be somebody else.
Yeah.
It's how your target audience
Yeah.
don't change.
Yeah.
I change.
That's
And
right.
In
that-
your business,
Yeah.
you change.
Yes.
That's the
Right.
journey.
And has that happened for you too, as in your business as well, that you have to almost adjust your branding or your message in a way because you're growing and changing?
Yes.
Of course, because what the entrepreneur needs to understand is you may decide to reach a specific level, but you need to have a gradient. Because don't get overwhelmed with, oh my God, I have to do so much, it's too much for me. Start at the level that you are today. See if you can go maybe a couple of steps today, maybe one step today, and see if you can go another step tomorrow. It could be gradual. Don't get overwhelmed with, oh my God, I have to speak to 100 people. Don't worry about it. Speak to 2 people instead of 1.
That's true.
See how that goes. Instead of a coffee table speaking to 1 person, let's talk to 3 people, right? Because it's for some people, it's a gradient.
Yes.
If you sort of overwhelm yourself and you're not going to do anything.
Yes.
So the taking action is such a critical part for entrepreneurs, and the gradient is something that I teach a lot in my coaching sessions and seminars. Start at your own level, but keep building. Keep building.
Get that, and never give up.
Yes.
That's true.
Never give
Yes.
up. Never give up, because you're
Absolutely.
going to get bad press. You're going to get people that don't like you. You're going to get that negative person in the audience. It doesn't matter. You're still inspiring.
That's right, right?
Really? We get negative people? Really?
That's true.
Well, that's true. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's where focus comes into play again, right? You know
Right.
your vision. You know where you're going. Where I know where I'm going, and on the way, I'm going to be helping so many people, and just that feeling of helping people on the way
Yeah.
overpowers everything for me.
That's exactly why I do what I do. So
Nice.
can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I show you how I can help you with colors?
Yes.
All right. What problem would you like to solve, or what challenge would you like to solve, or what's happening in your business right now that you go, if I had a magic wand, I wish I could wave it away. I'm giving you a magic wand of color.
There you go.
All right. What would it be?
I would say one of the challenge that I face with the coaching business in general, even I've experienced that so many times with clients. When I'm doing a coaching session, they will present to me a problem which is actually a business problem. So, for example, a business problem might be I don't have enough clients,
Okay.
or I have a product which is a high price product but nobody wants to buy that product. It could be all business related problem, because I do specialize as a business coach. So I have some amazing strategies. I have some answers for them, which I could actually show them, and that will just boom, skyrocket their businesses. But I always try to understand them. I try to understand their real problem. And what I have found out through my years of experience coaching one-on-one is, in a seminar setup, it's totally different. When I share a strategy, like boom, yes, everybody's in a high
Everybody's like,
spirits,
gung-ho.
and okay, let's do it. But the real self comes into play when I'm talking to them one-on-one in the one-on-one coachings. And that's when I realize that's where I get to know them in person. And when we're talking about these strategies and the policies that they should implement in their business, what I find is business is majority of the time not their real problem.
So what is the real problem?
The real problem is something really shocking.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay. What is the real problem?
The problem is always to do with you. It's always to do with you. It is not your business.
Yeah.
And I learned it because I have done 7 businesses. I failed in 7 businesses. And the funny part, now I think it's funny, is those 7 businesses were not even in the same industry. One was into healthcare, one was into real estate, I was into insurance, I was financial, like all these disciplines I took up, all these industries, and I realized, oh my God, this mortgage industry, oh, is no good. Oh, this healthcare industry, no good. And I actually rejected these industries, thinking that the industries are not good. But after 7 businesses, I said, you know what? Maybe it is me. And I think maybe it might be.
You knew it was you, but the people coming to you for business coaching, they don't know that.
They don't know
that that's.
They don't
okay,
know.
So so how can I help you to help them better? Is what can I do to make it easier for you? What advice can we use the color language and bring it into play here to just make it that your businesses function easier?
So what I find is they have this business challenge, which is definitely there. I'm not denying that they have a problem there, but there is also a problem lying underneath, which is the basic problem that should be solved in order to solve their business problem next, right? Doing or seeing what you do is so amazing. It's so amazing and so powerful that I think you have the solutions to solve their problem at that level.
Yeah.
So you have certain solutions that you can solve those life problems, because I don't specialize in life coaching.
Yeah.
I'm a pure wealth and business
coach.
coach.
But yet when they come to you with a business, they still haven't solved a life crisis issue.
Exactly.
So that's the step that's missing.
That's right.
Okay, let's pick a bottle and see what we can do to make this process easier in your business. So I want both of you, because it's a partnership business, I'd like both of you to pick a bottle behind you and come put it on the light box. Let's have a look. And while you do that, I'll just have a chat with Chinmay here. So Chinmay, this is what's happening in our industry, isn't it?
Yes.
This is the business module you and I were speaking about when we were looking at how to almost brand or position myself in the Canadian market.
Yes.
Is I realized when I was going to these events that there was an element missing to business coaching.
That's true.
And that there was something missing in the way that we were helping entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. That what you're doing now is exactly very essential.
It's filling that
small gap, because as Amit said, it's now the industry, it's you, and what you do with these colors. I chose a bottle when you're doing your book launch, which I think is 52, is the gold ego one, and I wear it every time I'm on stage, every time I meet great leaders and share the stage and get to work with them. I apply that on my throat and I apply that on my chakra here.
Oh wow!
And I do that, and I do that religiously. And I don't know why. I don't know the science behind it, but I trust Moira and I love her, and I know what she does. Is when I was working with her on a business, I got to know what she does, and I really admire that. I believe that. And I was telling Amit and Swapna on the drive here, I said, I don't know what that is. I just wear it. And when I chose that, they were all excited, and they said, you're the one, Chinmay. I said, okay, I'm the one, okay. I like the color, I like this is what I mean. And I just apply it, I just wear it. It's part of my travel kit every time I travel. That's it. It's like, along with my shaving cream, it's there. And I believe it. And what you do is, for something happens within me that I feel more confident, I feel more power, and with that energy that color gives me, I go and it gives me that energy to go and talk and help other entrepreneurs.
So it makes you a more confident speaker, you appear more authentically, your nervous fears, all that's gone.
It's gone away. I don't even notice that. I be that person.
Are you hearing this? Because he's kind of doing the reading for me. I love it. I hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Share. Okay. So Amit, you picked number 27, and this is orange and gold, and this one is it's called a harvest bottle. And I love that you said you had these 7 businesses that you then figured out you didn't fail at them. It's something in you that wasn't switched on, or that wasn't in a good enough space, or in a space that you felt strong. This one says that you get into this is the seventh business, is your harvest business. This is where things are going to become a success for you. This is where you're going to find your feet. And Swapna, you've got number 32, which is the royal blue sitting on green, and it's communication from the heart.
Wow.
So I want to say that if you were to bring this story together, this is kind of what I want to suggest with your business. I don't know if it's already what you're doing or how you've structured yourselves, but I feel that there's a process that your client, before they come and talk business with you, they need to go and speak to the communication from the heart energy, which is Swapna. And life coaching needs to become part of what you do, my girl, because this is your speciality.
Oh, wow.
Taking them into that journey with and working with them and looking at what are the issues and traumas in their past they've not resolved because it's interfering with their business right now.
Right.
And then you do that first level work with them, or alongside. They do it as in tandem swap, one session with you, then one with you, and then one with you, and you kind of grow them that way. And I feel that would really, really support your business.
Wow.
Be very, very clear that is what she does. That is what Swapna does. That she can do the life coaching. And yes, by all means, you're so welcome to at some point incorporate color and come study with me and incorporate color. And because it's so easy, it's one bottle sometimes,
Right.
and people shift something radical that changes their business in the end.
Right.
But to me, that feels very important. So it's almost like the orange and the gold here is, the gold is this wisdom, this business wisdom you have. The orange is about taking the shocks out of how it is to market and brand and do the public speaking and kind of really practical solutions to resolve, being a business owner and kind of being in the public eye like we are here. And I think you'd be very, very good with that. But the deeper heart work for the communication to begin to function needs to come from you, Swapna.
Wow.
I like
That's-
that. Wow.
Does that sound?
That is beautiful.
That sounds amazing.
Is
Oh,
this
that was in sync.
so there's a package that I would encourage you to offer your clients where they can get some of the life coaching and personal and spiritual coaching, as well as then the business coaching that they have, that it becomes and I can see you doing retreats with this.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Come and get practical. Honestly, you need to take people away and take them to exotic places.
Wow.
Take them to beautiful places where they have the tranquility, they have the experience. And if you were to allow me to coach you with this and help you with this, it's where they have bath experiences. So you need to get a place where there's lots of baths so they can go soak their bodies in it. So
Right.
by the time they pull the plug, that stuff has gone out the drain. Their problems are dissolved and it's gone.
Nice.
And then they are clear to have that conversation with you.
That is so amazing,
That is
Moira.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because after these 7 businesses that failed, and I realized that it's me, I did some huge transformational education and training, and I changed. My businesses started to improve, and now I'm at a position where I can go back to all those 7 businesses and flourish them, because
Yes.
now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
But even this, the explanation that you just did last year, that was the first time that we launched a product which was a combination of both, and that is the highest selling product for us.
There you go.
That's the highest selling
Yes.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is to me, Chinmay. He's our marketing guru here. So what do you think of this plan?
This is the plan.
This
Yeah.
is
This
the
is the
plan.
plan.
This is the plan.
This is the plan,
This is the
yes.
plan. It
Great,
works.
we have a plan.
Yeah, right.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So we want to move on to the audience. It's been a lovely long show. It's been an extraordinary end to season 4. But before we go, audience, we want to just reveal to you your pick of the week. So if you picked bottle number 1, you picked the bottle that was picked by our guest Swapna, and she picked, guess what? You're going to love this one. It got a resounding bell on the way up.
Oh.
C12, which is a heart chakra bottle.
Wow, is that right?
Exactly, the heart bottle. It's the pink at the bottom that says you have the capacity to love unconditionally. The violet at the top says, and your spirit works through you.
Oh.
So you're the heart-centered business and life transformational coach. This
I love
really is that energy.
Way to
I
go.
love
This is the energy that I see in Jack Canfield when I see him. He
Yes.
has that in his heart center. Yeah,
Yes.
it's that level of work that you could be stepping into.
Nice.
So for those of you who've picked Swapna's number 1 choice, the C12 heart chakra bottles, my darling, this is a week to open up your heart chakra and begin to trust that your spirit will lead you to the next step. So if you still doubt which direction you must go to, or a choice that's in front of you, you must feel it. This is not going to be logical, weak thinking in the head. It's something to feel.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
And those of you, like it?
I love it.
Okay,
Really
those
good.
of you picked
Love
number
it.
2, you have picked Ahmed's pick, and that is, and he's going to love this, C7,
All
which is
right.
the healer's bottle.
Okay.
It says you are a healer.
Wow.
So this is a bottle that's got violet at the bottom and it's got magenta at the top. Are you going to have a look at it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this is that C7 is the 7th chakra, which is your crown chakra. So this is the one that says open up to you being a healer as well. So that your coaching isn't just business, but maybe open up and understand that what you do is healing. Very much what Chinmay was saying is this whole, coaching now is about transforming people's lives and about people understanding that it's not about writing a book and being a business. It's about healing yourself or learning more about yourself, a process of discovery. So that's just about you owning more of that, okay? So for those of you who picked number 2 and you're sharing the story with Ahmed, think about adding some healing element to the work that you do and recognizing that you're a healer, all right? And
Wow.
accept it,
Wow.
because that's how special you are.
Thank
Okay.
you, Moira.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Right, those of you who picked number 3, you've got our special surprise guest, Chinmay's bottle,
Okay.
and
I'm curious to know what you're going to say.
it's the diamond.
Okay.
Ooh.
Diamond.
It's the
Diamond.
diamond.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Well, what do you think a diamond means?
Priceless.
For me, I finally found the diamond inside me.
That's it. It's exactly what this bottle represents.
Yeah.
It says that there's nothing out there that's going to make you a better person. It's nothing out there that's going to give you a better life. You go within.
Oh,
You go
that is so powerful. Oh my God.
You go within because all the information, knowledge, and everything is in your spirit that resides in your heart chamber.
Wow.
So I love the
Wow.
story we have here, that
That
we've
is-
got the heart, we've got the healer, and we've got the diamond energy, the
Oh.
preciousness of life. It says you're precious. So those of you, my darlings, who picked number 3 with Chinmay this week, begin to just remember how precious you are and how wonderfully beautiful you are. You are perfect already, and everything you need is sitting right here.
Wow.
Right here.
Wow.
Right here.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
That is powerful.
And
Wow.
my darlings, if you enjoyed this last episode on season 4, we want to thank you again so much. Please share. This is how we get views. I think that it was a longer extended show today, and it's just there was a lot of content and a lot of valuable information shared here between us today. We hope that you will share it with other people. If you find something that grows you, share it with somebody else. You never know whose life you might be changing. Thank you, and thank you,
Thank you.
Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Moira.
Thank
Bye.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
My
yeah.
producer's just pointing at my note on the board there. Ahmed has very kindly, Ahmed and Swapna very kindly are going to give you a free prize.
Yes.
So Michael's running it for you now. It's a free video.
It's a free video that I have created, and it is to address one of the most commonly asked question: how do I increase my income?
Okay.
It's a very powerful video, and it shows you the steps that you should be taking to actually improve your income. It is something that I have applied in my life. It is something that I have helped a lot of entrepreneurs do, and actually they have increased their income. So here it is, the same video for you for free, and
Thank
it's
you.
yourprofoundsolutions.com/income. Just go to this
Fabulous.
link, and that's where you'll find it.
Michael's got it up for us. You've got it, guys. Download it. Have a look at it. It's free. Thank you so much for that, my
Very
darling. Oh,
welcome.
One thing.
hold on.
If you're-
Chinmay is saying something.
If you're wondering whether to take the income video, it's from the harvester. What is he going to harvest? Income. So he's going to tell you how to
The harvester and the healer.
Go for it.
Thank you, Chinmay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Swapna. Thank
Thank
you, Ahmed.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Moira.
Thank you, darlings. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, wow, awesome.